YoJoe June officially kicks off tomorrow, and I cannot wait because I know there's gonna be a ton of figures that get me hyped up, that have me going, when and where can I pre-order to add to my ever-growing, massive, expansive G.I. Joe Classified Series display? One of those figures for sure that I know I'm going to be pre-ordering is this guy, Budo, who looks absolutely incredible. Not just incredible for, hey, this year, he might be one of the best we've seen in the classified series, period. And I think he's going to be one of those figures that's sneakily going to be in my top 10 and a lot of people's top 10 favorite figures of the year, not just in the classified series line. Today, we got the glamour shots of Budo, and he looks even better. We also got one more figure in those full on glamour shots that I was very excited about. And I cannot wait to put him front and center of my G.I. Joe display, much like he's front and center on this t shirt. So let's take a look at both of these figures right now in anticipation of YoJoe June's live stream tomorrow. What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles, welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Figure Files. I am so excited about YoJoe June. I feel like I've been hyped for Star Wars reveals. I've been really excited about what we've seen from Marvel Legends, but I have been not at all patiently waiting for more G.I. Joe stuff because there's still so many more characters I need to add to my shelf. Need to, of course. But yeah, these two glamour shots, these two figure reveals that have been revealed officially have me excited about everything we're going to see tomorrow. So let's start off with Budo. And right away, it's just like this guy's gonna be a really great looking figure. Take a look at all this gear. Then we got let me just take a look here real fast here at what Budo looked like, courtesy of 3D Joe's. Budo had a really very cool design. I mean, he had this great helmet, all kinds of detail on it, and he had this really nice mix of a modern samurai who joined GI Joe. And I thought they did a really great job of implementing those different elements to his outfit. Of course, we didn't get the paint detail that we would now, but he was a really cool figure when he was introduced in 1988. So you can see some of his pictures. There he is, all fully geared up. So he looked really neat. But now, of course, the classified series, he looks even better. So here's the look in the package. Here, of course, is the deluxe version for a single figure, kind of like Storm Snow Job. So you can see here, there's no animal sidekick like Road Pig, Naugahyde, Mutt, or Law. He's just right here with all his gear, but it's a ton. And I feel like he's going to be a character, a figure that maybe some of us are going to be rooting to go on clearance at some point so we can army build. Because as you see here, there's so many different configurations you can come up with for Budo. And maybe even if you want to get a little fancy, you can start mixing up some head sculpts and really go nuts. But he looks really great. Let's take a look at the back though. And I love this because this really ornate backdrop looks great, really fitting for the character. Check out right here on this armband. You can see G.I. Joe is not written the normal way, which I really think is cool. Adds another personalized element to him. I really dig that. You can see this little homage to the original figure, and he's got that marriage of the grunt figure and the 1982 figures we've gotten so far with this chest piece readout vest. And you can see he's got his name right there. So he doesn't even need to give Cobra his name. Maybe we can just give him his rank and serial number. And you can see we got some stats here. Of course, he's a 4-star in bladed weapons. I'd be disappointed if he wasn't, but he looks great. Let's take a look at all the different photos. So here he is. You can check a look at this big sword he's got. You can see he's got some really nice curved details within the blade. Got a nice hilt. I love this mask on him. We did not, of course, have that with the original figure. We got to see his face, but I really dig this. But I think this could also work for, like, we could use it for a Cobra to fight him. Maybe we could put this on one of those blue ninjas. So there you go. We got that option too. And you can see all the samurai detailing. So we've got this. I'm not quite sure what we would call this cloak that he's got. I think it might be a little bit of a straw mixture, but it looks really neat. And I dig the way that turned out. And then you can see he's got, of course, his sheath for his long sword. And you can see over here, he's got a holster for his gun because he's not just a straight up samurai who's going to bring a knife to a gunfight. And I really love that. But I love the detailed elements here on the padded armor that he's rocking. This looks so cool. And I just love the fact that he's going to really stand out from the other Joes just because of those elements. But you can see he's got some stuff like a traditional Joe, the knee pads, the shin guards. So that's sweet. It looks really cool. Here's what he looks like on the back. So you can see he's got another sword here hanging there, and he's got a little side holster for this sheath. That looks cool. And you can get a better look at this cloak. Again, I'm sure you all will help me. It looks like he's got some leaf elements there, a little bit more than we were seeing with Footloose, but that looks pretty neat. And he's got such a unique looking design. Really going to stand out with the rest of the Joes. But Budo is not just hanging around and like, hey, I'm just here for a fight with my swords. Who else has one? Who's this lurking in the background though? Who's this? Is this Slice? He's ready, he's taking aim. And this shot really makes it look cool because the way his eyes are obscured, and of course, I'm assuming these are from Matt shooting the galaxy, makes it look like he's got his eyes closed just so he can take a little better aim here through the scope. Very cool. So it's a nice blend of like a full-on samurai warrior and a modern soldier. So he's got his swords and he's also got a machine gun when he needs to mow down some vipers and bats. And here's another look. He's got a smaller pistol. And look, there's a bat there on the ground. You can see the claw hand. He took him down and he's drawing the sword because it's about to really get on. And he's got his helmet off. And you can see this head sculpt. It looks really great. Got the hair pulled back. I really love how many different elements you can get here with Budo. And here is another look so you can see how you can kit him up different ways. So no armor here on his arms at this point, different from this look. As you can see, you can configure him in so many different elements. This whole armor setup is different than this one. So you can see there's more of a modern look. He's got the vest here. This one is not like that. He's got a lot more red in it. And you can just definitely switch up these portraits to give you a whole different character if you wanted to. And here's this look. And this looks, man, this head sculpt works because it looks like he's been out there doing his thing for a while. Maybe he's been on the run. Maybe he's been doing his own thing, avenging one of his buddies who got killed by Cobra. But I really dig how that looks. Then we got this, which I think could work for like your Night Force. Hey, he's been stranded on an island doing his thing. Maybe Tiger Force. I guess that makes more sense because he was stranded in a jungle there. So he's ditched his armor and he is just going. I love the ability to do this look for him. I mean, this really does make him look like a totally different character. And I really like that. Maybe you could call this Budo's brother. So he's got his hair out a little bit longer. Maybe he's his twin to fight Tomax and Zaymot too. But I really dig how many different looks and ways you can display him. So here you go. Back to the soldier. Clean cut. Got the machine gun ready. I love how this guy turned out. They just did an amazing job with Budo. And I think he's going to be one of those figures at the end of the year. We're like, wow, I can't believe how great this figure turned out. But we're not done with the glamour shots. Let's take some more looks here. And we got this. And he is skewering the bat and got some pieces here. And I love we're adding some effects now. But that looks really cool. So you can see he can get a full-on deep cut, literally deep cut for his deep stance with his short sword strike. But man, that looks really fun. And then one last one to get you really hyped up. Check out this mask though. That looks so cool. I mean, the outfit details are just incredible. And you can have him look like this, and he doesn't look at all like the hero. So maybe this is like Budo's father coming to get revenge, or his cousin or brother, whatever you want to do. There's so many different storytelling elements you can add with just this one figure. So hopefully he's not outrageously priced because I could really see people buying 2, 3, maybe even 4 versions of Budo and coming up with different ways to make him a different character. Finally, here it goes against my guys, and I can't wait. I assume we're going to see them tomorrow. Slice and Dice versus Budo. I don't like his odds though. These two are really good, and man, look at this. I cannot wait to see Slice and Dice tomorrow. And yeah, this is gonna be fun. We're gonna have so many different cool scenes. I can't wait to see some more photographers get their hands on this. I can't wait to take my photos with those three. But yeah, very cool stuff. And again, G.I. Joe just keeps it up, man. They're like, hey, wherever there's trouble, we've got you. And wherever there's trouble, let's take a look at this guy. One, I'm so excited. And when they revealed him, I was like, this is awesome because we already got a General Hawk. And really, that look is one of the best redesigns in G.I. Joe history. But Hawk had a different look beforehand when he was leading all the other Joes who rocked basically the same kind of green outside of Stalker, outside of Snake Eyes, and outside of Scarlet. We had this guy before he got his promotion, Colonel Hawk with MMS, the mobile missile system. And we were getting this when we saw the Cobra version, but we had to wait a little bit longer to get the G.I. Joe version. And we got the full-on green shirt version of Hawk. That is so cool. Hey, what's that in the backdrop? That looks like an Awe Striker. And I am in awe. Can't wait to get that one either. But man, look at this. This is what makes this line so much fun. This is great. And Hawk's head sculpt is amazing. I think he might have two of the best in the whole line. So here's everything. They made a point to say, look, Hawk's got his blonde crew cut. Awesome. So we got our usual missile loadout of accessories. We've got these 2 points here, and we've got the exhaust blast, all these two smaller ones, these two larger ones, the different ranges for the smoke trails. He comes with a bunch of stuff, including the M16, the G.I. Joe cartoon rifle, and I think this is the same rifle we've seen with Firefly and with Stalker. Now, he, of course, has a lot of 4 stars, as you would expect. Let's see. I think this is tactics, launcher. I think this is leadership. I think so, because that's like a 5-star general. So he's got that and a 1-star and infantry. But I mean, Hawk's the man, so he can do whatever he needs to. But really, really cool looking figure. Here's some details on the MMS. So you can take a look at that. Beware blast as always. Please be careful of that blast. Here's a look at the platform, and that looks really cool. Hydraulic system. So just in case you didn't know, but I love how the colors look. I think this just looks a lot better in G.I. Joe green, little red accents as opposed to that Cobra one. And here is Hawk chilling. And here's a look at it from overhead. That looks really neat. And I did not need that space for my Cobra missile, but I'm definitely getting this, not just for Hawk, because I think it looks better here. He's taking his knife to open up that panel. You can see Abernathy Clayton there as well. So we got that consistent with him and Budo. Here's another look. Hawk is ready and just doesn't look like it's going to take up too much space in the display, which is great because I'm rapidly running out of it. So that looks really cool. He's looking up. He's got that geared up. And there's one other thing I want to make sure to show you because I just thought this was so fun and so cool. Here you go. Where there is trouble over land and sea and air, G.I. Joe is there. How cool is that? It's just a random detail, but it's so cool. And it's just one of those things where it's like the Classified Series team absolutely gets it. Hey, is there a way we can work in something fun like that? You betcha. Here you go. Here's a non full on glamour shot, but you can see Hawk's got his visor. He's got his communication kit. I think this is the same one we've seen with Breaker. So that's cool that he gets it. It makes sense. So you can call in the airstrike. Hey, Ace, get over here. I'm going to need a little extra help. Here's another look, the full on look at Hawk. So you can see his name tag. And I like this. The silver's a little bit of a nod to his old school appearance. That's cool. He's got that classic helmet with a visor. That makes sense because his original figure came with that as well. But Hawk looks great, ready to do the thing, ready to lead the team in action. Here's another look at him. Again, really dig that silver. That's really cool. But he looks really good, ready to go, ready to help out Budo when it comes time to go after Slice and Dice. Here's the back here. You can see he's got this big, same deal as Stalker had, where he's got the knife here. That's a different deal. And you can see that he's got another holster in the back for this smaller pistol. And then, of course, he's got this one too. So he's got a lot of gear ready for action. So Hawk is not just the dude who's running the MMS. He is ready for action on all kinds of multiple fronts. And here he is running through the explosions. I love this lighting effect. That looks so cool. And I love the fact that he has the visor and the communication rig. Very cool stuff. One last look at Hawk. I mean, this head sculpt's amazing. He just looks focused, ready to go. And what a great crew cut. I mean, that's just good stuff. So he is ready to lead the team into action. So we're hoping, of course, to see Flash. He was name dropped. He's also, let me see if I can figure out my shirt mechanics with the camera. Here he is. There we go. I can figure it out. So Flash, hoping to see him tomorrow. We're gonna get the pre-orders for Hawk, Colonel Hawk, and see Budo. I don't know what else we're gonna see. I can't wait. It doesn't matter because basically I'm gonna pre-order it. So can't wait. Looking forward to seeing all the reveals. What are you most excited about? What are you hoping to see? And what do you think about Hawk and Budo? As always, thank you so much for watching. Drop a line in the comments. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you tomorrow for my full on YoJoe June recap. This episode of Lyle's Figure Files has been filed.